Good morning, evening, afternoon. I'm Taylor Cat. Welcome to my channel. Today we are playing Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy. Previously, we were getting Larry to testify in his way, I guess, in his very Larry way. So hopefully that's going to help us, and we're continuing somehow. And yeah, that's where we left off. So I haven't been posting as consistently as I used to. I've been having sickness, weird things, schedule things, computer things. Very frustrating. Yeah, let's continue. I wouldn't if there were any other way out of this, believe me. Witness testimony. It's lonely being alone on Christmas Eve. It's a redundant statement. It's like, oh man, this water's wet. That's why I was listening to an all request show on the radio, see? I was listening to it real booming loud like. But I'm sure I heard that gunshot. I remember exactly what the DJ was saying when I heard it too. You were listening to your radio at a high volume. Yeah, what's the problem? Can't a man listen to his radio in peace? Isn't this a free country? I truly believe Larry has no idea what the problem is here. Judge, can you believe a word this witness says? What he heard was probably nothing more than a drum beat from the radio. True enough, it is difficult to believe this testimony. Well, but you believe the crazy old dude who can't remember his own name. Sure, Judge. Sure. Wait, Your Honor. The witness says he remembered exactly what the DJ said when he heard the gunshot. Excuse me, DJ? An announcer, the guy who says things on the radio. Anyway, what this means is when he heard the sound, no music was playing. The DJ only talks between songs, so he could have heard the gunshot from the lake. That means that's not entirely true, but okay. Sure, in this world, let's just say it is. I'd like to cross-examine the witness, Your Honor. Very well, Mr. Wright. I can't believe I'm continuing this charade. Cross-examination. Alright. Now they know how to do this. Yeah. Alright. What did she say? How do you know it was a she? Mr. Wright, please cease these pointless questions. What possible good could knowing what a radio DJ said to us? Indeed, Mr. Wright, Von Karma has a point. I'll allow the question only if you see some reason why we should care. we can prove that he could hear the gunshot, maybe? I mean, yeah, he even brought up, the game told me that I should care. Because the game was like, the DJ. We should care, Your Honor. Of course we should. Why? Well, how do you know if we don't ask? Fine, very well. Mr. Butts, please testify to the court. What was the radio announcement saying when you heard the gunshot? Just when she said, "Hey, it's almost Christmas," I heard the gunshot. It's almost Christmas? Wait. Hold on. Didn't it happen after Christmas? It's not what I was looking for. After midnight. Okay. Are you sure? Of course I am. She had this real sexy voice. Maybe Aunt Carmen was right. I'm not sure how that helped us at all. This most ludicrous testimony I've ever heard. There is one gleaming ray of hope in there. You have to press it until I get to the bottom of what happened. Yeah, because if it's almost Christmas, it's not quite midnight yet. So the gunshots happened at different times? I guess? Larry, are you absolutely sure what you're saying is correct? Huh? What's with the face? You look scary, dude. Hey, if you're trying to scare me, you better know I don't scare that easy. Is something the matter, Mr. Wright? Your Honor, did you hear what the witness just said? The DJ said, "Hey, it's almost Christmas," when he heard the gunshot. Indeed, and? Almost Christmas means it wasn't Christmas. Do you realize what this means? When he heard the gunshot, it was still Christmas Eve. That would seem to be the case, yes. But that contradicts the two testimonies we have heard so far, Your Honor. Both Miss Hart and the old man said it was after midnight when they heard the shot. So, in other words, when they heard the gunshots, it was already Christmas. This is a clear contradiction, Your Honor. Order, order. What does this mean? The two prior witnesses heard gunshots after midnight. However, this witness says he heard a gunshot before midnight. Judge, the answer is simple. Maybe the real gunshot was before midnight and the other two were the ones to throw off people when the actual time of death was, or something. I don't know. The current witness is plainly mistaken. Just look at him. Suspicious. What? I'm more inclined to believe Larry than the other two people, honestly. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you think about Mr. Butts' claims he heard the gunshot before midnight? Larry's right. That's why there was another photo. That's why there was the first photo that was taken but didn't show anything, because there was another bang noise. I'm assuming is what that was. Larry's not mistaken, Your Honor. He heard that gunshot before midnight. Intriguing. I'm assuming you have evidence for this wild claim. Show me evidence there was a gunshot before midnight. Lake photo. Second lake photo. That one. Look at this photograph. This was taken by our witness yesterday, Miss Lana Hart, with her automatic camera. The timestamp on the photo reads December 24th, 11:50 p.m. Oh. But there was nothing on the lake in this picture. Your Honor, the real issue here is not why nothing is showing in this photograph. It's why the photograph existed at all. What do you mean? Your Honor, this photograph was taken by an automatic camera. That camera was set to go off in response to loud noises. Aha! Correct. There was a loud noise on the lake at 11:50 p.m. That is why the photograph was taken. In other words, when Larry heard that gunshot, it was most definitely still Christmas Eve. Indeed, it would seem that is the case. Then, where does that leave us? Miss Hart testified that she heard the gunshot after midnight. Are you claiming she was mistaken? Not at all, Your Honor. It is a fact that the camera also triggered at 15 minutes after midnight. Your Honor, that night there were 2 sets of gunshots with 25-minute pause between them. Rabble, rabble, rabble. Why would this be? Quit objecting, the judge. Don't be fooled, Judge. That camera was set to respond to loud noises. Yes. There is no proof that the loud noise at 11:50 was a gunshot. There's no proof that the loud noise at 12:15 was a gunshot. Why the witness could have sneezed, triggering the camera. No. Hey, my nose was clear that night, man, clear. Well, Mr. Wright, there's no turning back now. Can you prove that the loud noise at 11:50 p.m. was indeed a gunshot? Please show the court evidence if you have any. Oh no, that it was a gunshot? Only when a loud noise is detected. Just like start shooting. Bang bang! Isn't that proof? That's not helpful. Could be what, at least what the game wants it to be. I don't know, the gun? The sound, oh, it was fired 3 times. Okay, yeah, the gun. It was fired 3 times. This is my evidence. The murder weapon. Something about this pistol was bothering me, Your Honor. Both of the witnesses who testified yesterday heard 2 gunshots. However, the murder weapon was fired 3 times. When then was the last shot fired? Only now have I realized the truth. That 3rd shot was the shot Larry heard just before midnight. Technically, that would have been the 1st shot then, but sure. Order, order. Here you judge. That would make sense of the evidence we've seen so far. However, this leaves me wondering exactly what did happen that night on the lake. Exactly. If this is true, there were 2 sets of gunshots, separated by 25 minutes. One at 11:50, another at 15 minutes after midnight. Why, I ask you, why? Uh-oh, I'd better think of something quick. Wait a second. Gunshots separated by 25 minutes. Duh! What's wrong, Nick? I have it. Huh? Remember the case with the Steel Samurai? Huh? Yeah, of course I remember. The murder in this case had the same idea as the murder in that case. What do you mean? Maya. Yes? If we don't figure this out now, we'll never overturn Ezra's guilty verdict. I've got a hunch, and I'm going to run with it. Right. I mean, is it safe? Safe. We've already gotten a guilty verdict. We have nothing to lose. You just watch and let me know if I say anything that sounds fishy, okay? Right, Nick? Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Wright. The testimony just now has cleared up this entire case. What do you mean, Mr. Wright? Tisk, tisk, tisk. Why don't you have a no-no finger there? So, you finally realized the truth. There can be no other murderer here than Miles Edgeworth himself. I would have loved it if Phoenix had a no finger in this just because of karma. You're wrong, Von Karma. A man was shot that night, but it wasn't Edgeworth who did the shooting. No. Listen, rookie. Take a deep breath and consider the facts. At the time of the murder, one boat was on that lake. Technically, 2 boats. This was shown by the witness's photograph. I mean, it showed there was at least 1 boat, because the lake is bigger than that, and it was foggy and stuff. The defendant, Edgeworth, and the victim, Robert Hammond, were on that boat. There was a gunshot fired on that boat, and Robert Hammond fell into the lake. The distance of shooting was a meter. It couldn't have been suicide. Well, the guilty party has to be the other man on that boat. I admit, it is hard to imagine any other possibility. Yes, but this assumes that the victim was shot at 15 minutes after midnight. What do you mean by that, Mr. Wright? We have a photo. That is the judge. We have photographic evidence of the time of the shooting. The timestamp on the photo says military time 0:15. But Larry heard a gunshot 25 minutes before that. Robert Hammond was killed then, 25 minutes before the shot on the lake. That's the only way that Edgeworth could have been innocent. Mr. Wright, are you quite mad? Mad with correctness in stuff? Yes. Explain who the 2 men are on. Explain who the 2 men on the boat are. A murderer and Hammond, Edgeworth, and the murderer, Edgeworth and Hammond. Well, if Hammond's already dead, that might not be. Well, Edgeworth was on a boat with Hammond at some point, wasn't he? Yes, he said so. But he was already shot. I'm guessing he was shot before. By someone else before he got on the boat and then trying to frame Edgeworth? Is that what he was doing? Edgeworth was definitely there. So I guess Edgeworth. And I'm trying to make it not sound like Hammond. So Edgeworth and the murderer? Of course it was Edgeworth and the murderer. After the murderer killed Robert Hammond at 11:50. He assumed the guise of Mr. Hammond and met Edgeworth. That's not where I was going with that. I was thinking that Hammond got someone to shoot him and like was already dying. But okay. He assumed the guise of Mr. Hammond and met Edgeworth. What are you serious? Yes. Edgeworth won't tell us why he went to the lake that night. However, I have a hunch. That night, Robert Hammond called Edgeworth to the lake. Now, Edgeworth didn't know Robert Hammond's face that well. That's why he didn't suspect anything when the murderer took Robert Hammond's place. I'm not sure what to make of all this. Ludicrous. Mr. Wright. Tell us the name of the murderer then. The murderer's name? Right, it's Miles Edgeworth. Lot of heart. I don't know. Actually, I don't know the murderer's name. I've discovered it's okay to not know things in this game. It's fine. You don't know? Bah. Again, you waste my time. Because it's not a lot of heart and it's not Edgeworth. I don't know. Because he never told us. The murderer is the caretaker of the boat shop. That old man. At 150, he was the one who killed Robert Hammond. The caretaker of the boat shop? Where did he do this? There weren't any boats on the lake then. Why would he have to go all the way out on the lake just to shoot someone? May I suggest that the real scene of the crime was not on a boat? What? Could be on a dock? Well, then where did the murder take place? Show the judge where the murder could have taken place. The boats. Oh, it's why. Around here, maybe. Maybe Mr. Wright. And does this maybe include the reason why the killer would choose this spot? Yes, well, maybe because there is no good reason for the murder. We're thought we never expect it. Maybe you should try again. I wasn't even surprised. I goofed up. Oops. Oh wait, where was the body found? I don't remember where the body was found. Can I... Oh no! No, that's not what I meant to do. This is what I meant to do. I want to lose points because I wanted to do this. Isn't there a map? Okay. That's not helpful. Maybe specifically I have to choose the boat shop and not the boats. Because I was thinking like the docks, but maybe it's just here. I didn't take hit points for that. Here, of course, the boat shop, where he lives. Which makes sense when I say it out loud. I was thinking the docks, because he technically lives there, and he was found in the lake, but, you know, it works. Whatever, game. Well, we will see what the judge says about that in the next episode. Until then, see you next time.